Hey my dear wingfoil friends, it's Max from Germany and you won't believe it, but I actually got the chance to test my very first axis foil ever and it was so awesome. I just have to tell you about it. So stay tuned and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. So now it's time to show you this beautiful foil from Axis, and I personally like the color so much. The foils from Axis look so cool, as if you were taking a freshly forged iron out of the fire, and especially on the water when that red mast floats above the surface of the water, it's a real eye catcher. And I have to be honest, I was a bit worried at the beginning if the color might suffer a little from the transport, but even after many sessions the mast still shines as if it had just been taken out of the fire. And what do you think? Do you prefer the classic black carbon look of a foil, or do you also like the colorful foils? Feel free to write that down in the comments below. And now I have a 75mm aluminium mast and the wings from the BSC series, and BSC is called broad spectrum carve, and people here, the emphasis is on carve because with these wings you just want to carve until the mast glows. You really feel like going into the curves and doing turns and just driving really dynamically, and for me that was something totally new because before that I had such a huge front wing with 2400 square centimeters and there wasn't really much carving at all. And now the Axis front wing is also quite big with 1800 square centimeters for the front wing, but it's so much fun to ride and it is super agile and maneuverable. So for me it's unbelievable that you can have so much fun with such a big foil. And yeah, I have to be honest, I always had a lot of respect for trying out a smaller front wing because I always thought that I wouldn't be able to control it, or that it is maybe too fast or something like that. And yeah, maybe you are also a bit hesitant about switching to a smaller foil. I'd be really interested to know. Just write down in the comments if you are also thinking of going a little bit smaller on your foil size. Yeah, and personally I have to say that the Axis foil was so easy to control. It felt more like riding on rails. You are so solidly on track, and the speed here also wasn't extremely fast as I thought. You can ride it slowly, you can ride it fast, however you want. Yeah, and I had this red short fuselage from Axis with the foil. I also got on really well with it, and you can ride it with large wings from the BSC series. And for the smaller wings you can use the black fuselage. You can also see this on the Axis website. There you see all the exact sizes, and in some cases Axis doesn't write the square centimeters on the foil, they write the wingspan on it. And for the first time I saw the number of 1060 on my foil. I thought, oh my goodness, how I should be able to ride such a small foil. And then I looked it up on the page and I saw, okay, it's 1803 square centimeters. And then I knew, okay, that's possible for me. Yes, and in general you can say that the BSC series is also a real all-rounder series from Axis. So it's great for beginners because the foil are so easy to handle and really easy to ride and control. Nevertheless, the foils are also suitable for advanced riders and still deliver decent performance. For example, I've been really overpowered on the foil the other day, and the Axis was able to compensate that, and I could still be on the water even though I should have switched to a smaller wing, but it was no problem for the bigger foil. I just could ride even in stronger conditions. Yeah. And apropos overpowered, if you want some good tips on wing foiling, you will also find a link to my free ebook with the 10 most common mistakes for wing foil beginners. So just click on the link below in the video description for my free ebook. Yeah, and I have to say, that I am always a bit anxious whether the screws are tight, and then I double check again. And what I liked here was that the front wing even is screwed 4 times, so nothing can really go wrong. And everything is also nicely labeled so that you also know which screws to use on which part. I had this 405 back wing from the Progressive series here, just like the front wing. It's also made of carbon, and yes, it really did a great job, and I had the feeling that it harmonized really well with the front wing as a stabilizer. Yes, and the 75 mast was also great. Before that I often use an 82 mast, but I personally think it's better if the mast isn't so long, because then you don't always shoot out of the water like a rocket. And apart from that, there are always these nice bags which come with the wings. They are really well made, have nice zippers and simply protect the wings well. I would have liked to see a bag included with the mast, so that you can keep this fresh from the fire look for a long time. That was my impression of the Axis foil so far. I can really recommend it for everyone looking for a new foil, whether you are a beginner looking for a more advanced foil which you can ride for a very long time, or even for more advanced riders who are looking for an all-rounder foil that makes really fun on the water. So I personally have to say that for me it was the sickest foil I've ever had under the board. It's so much fun and it's super easy to control. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you click on the video here, you will also see the board I used to test together with the Axis foil. It was really exciting because it was my first time on the water with a board under 100 liters. So just click on the video here.